Have you ever heard of the legendary Ulfberht Viking sword? When archaeologists first uncovered this ancient Viking blade, they were shocked and perplexed by what they found. The Ulfberht swords, forged between the 9th and 11th centuries, were so advanced they would have been like a Viking superweapon. The sword is extremely rare and centuries ahead of its time in both strength and design. This advanced steel was purer than most medieval European swords. These swords weren't made from regular iron but from crucible steel. This was a metal so pure and strong that European blacksmiths couldn't replicate it for another 800 years. They were not only weapons but also symbols of status and power. Only wealthy warriors, nobles or Viking leaders could afford such a sword. Experts say they were likely made from imported steel from Central Asia, brought to Viking lands through ancient trade routes. Approximately 170 Ulfberht swords have been discovered so far, each marked with Ulfberht. But here's a twist. The Ulfberht was so legendary that people even made knockoffs. These imitation swords carried the name but couldn't match the quality. The name Ulfberht is inscribed on the blade of these swords, but unlike what you might expect, it is not the name of an individual. Instead, experts agree it was likely a trademark or brand used by a specific guild of skilled swordsmiths. These craftsmen are believed to have worked in the Frankish Empire, possibly near what is now Germany. The area was a prominent center for high-quality iron and steel production during the early medieval period. Some scholars further speculate that monastic workshops may have assisted in the transfer of knowledge and production of these swords. Monasteries in the Frankish world were well known to have access to advanced metallurgical knowledge, which they used for creating weapons and tools. This connection is further enforced by the Christian cross that often accompanies the Ulfberht inscription. The technology used in the Ulfberht swords, specifically the use of crucible steel, is far more advanced than what was typical in Europe at the time. And we have many examples of the types of metals that were being manufactured in Europe during this period. Crucible steel involves melting iron to remove impurities, creating a much stronger, more flexible blade. This is why experts agree the knowledge and materials for making crucible steel likely originated from regions like Persia, India, or Central Asia. They were in fact creating such blades in those regions. The makers of Ulfberht swords had access to trade networks that brought this advanced material to Europe. The precision and strength of these swords was advanced technology at the time, and certainly made them highly coveted. They remain one of the most iconic artifacts of the Viking Age. There is nothing worse than breaking your sword during battle. True hardened warriors knew the importance of holding the best weapon when facing the enemy. Today, the Ulfberht remains a testament to the skill and innovation of early medieval craftsmen, bridging the technological knowledge of distant cultures and the martial prowess of the Vikings. Vikings were the coolest ever, were they not?